Oh, why am I yawning right as it started? Good morning, guys. My kids had a snow and virtual day today, so we're just doing a simple reading with a simple deck, nothing complex. The deck that I'm going to use is the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, which is this beautiful one. I think I've showed her in a video before, but I don't know, so I'm going to show her again. She's beautiful. The outside of the deck, every card has like stars on it. Just very floral aesthetic, very beautiful. I love working with this card deck. Today I'm just gonna ask the universe for whatever this collective is needing to hear. I'm not asking for a specific number of cards. If it gives me a few, it gives me a few. If it gives me a lot, it gives me a lot, and we'll be here for an hour again. We're gonna see what you need to hear today. I am tired. Snow makes me want to lay in my bed and wrap up and not move. And drink stuff like hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is the way to my heart, honestly. The snow here is beautiful, by the way. It is literally like, it just hasn't stopped. I don't know how many inches we've gotten, but I woke up at 6. It was snowing. It is now, I think, like 11:40, and it is still pouring snow. It has not stopped, and I love it, and the kids love it. We're just waiting to go out. We're waiting for like more snow to accumulate and then go out and have fun with it. Lord mercy. I'm running out of room. What is going on? What is up with these like super long... okay. Every time I say that, I get another card. Oh. Whoever, I'm gonna shut my door real quick. Y'all like my blanket? It's got cats and they're doing yoga. And don't mind my Adam Sandler mom fit. Guys, always in an Adam Sandler mom fit. Whoever this reading is for, you are definitely going through some kind of awakening, like spiritually, mentally, psychologically, physically, maybe even. There's a lot of things changing around you, for you, within you. You definitely need to tune into your strength, your inner strength. Meditation can benefit you right now. Whether it's like literal sitting down, like literal guided meditations, or if it's something that brings you into a meditative state, which could just be drawing, reading a book, whether it's like a book that educates you or just a book that you enjoy reading. It doesn't matter. Something that really calms you down. This time is going to be a time of introspection. You really need to look inside of you. Really try to be grounded in who you are, your morals and your beliefs, and just know that everything that's going on right now within you and around you is meant to be happening. So find some peace in that. Have faith, whatever, wherever, however, whoever you find faith in. Connect to that faith as much as possible and know that whatever's going on is meant to be going on right now. You're at a time of new beginnings. Wherever you are right now, this is a time of new beginnings. You're letting go of your past, you're putting it behind you, and it's a time of starting something new, going on a new path maybe. The Revolution card appeared, which the Revolution card in this deck, I'm sorry, my hands are literally like ice cold, like they feel like freaking ice. The Revolution card in this deck is also basically the same as the Tower card traditionally. So this could be like a major time of change and everything around you being shaken up, whether it's around you or within you. Your whole entire system, like your belief system, your morals, everything you've known as your reality could be breaking right now. It could all just be like, this is no longer where you're meant to be. This is no longer what you're meant to align with, and it's all going away. So this is a big time of just shedding and things changing. You're shedding your old skin. You're shedding in old skin, whatever it may be, old beliefs, old patterns. You may be shedding people you used to align with who you don't align with anymore. Whatever's going on, just know it's meant to be happening right now. It is meant to be happening. You're facing a lot of challenges right now, blocks. We've got the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I told y'all it's a snow day and a virtual day, so enjoy the chaos. The Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Five of Wands represents that, like, you're really facing some challenges. You're having some blocks, maybe internally, maybe spiritually, religiously, creatively. Like, there's some blocks going on. You may just be, there's challenges around you, things that are testing you, testing your patience, testing who you really are, testing who you say you are. But with the Ace of Wands, even though these challenges are here, you have a lot of potential. Like, you have a lot of, this is an opportunity of new beginnings. This is an opportunity for you to change your perspective on things. Whatever's going on right now, try to find a better perspective. Try to find a perspective of humbleness. Try to be grateful for what you have, for where you are. Try to be grateful for whatever these lessons and challenges and blocks are trying to teach you. Like I said, it's a time of a lot of introspection. I don't know in this deck. Okay, so this card is traditionally the Hermit, but in this deck, it's the introspection card. Traditionally, it's the Hermit, which also represents going inside. This may be a time of whatever these blocks are. Your new beginning may be aligned with going inward, doing your inner work. Getting comfortable with who you are, getting comfortable with yourself, really learning who you are to your core. So this is a time of maybe sitting with yourself, isolating. Isolation is not negative. Isolation is not a bad thing. It can actually be used to an advantage. It is very healthy to step back sometimes from society, the outer world, people around you, people who constantly have an effect on you. It is very healthy to step away from that and those people at I meant to say various and I said very, but my brain doesn't work some days. But like, to step away from those people at various times in your life. So you're not just going to go into introspection or into like hermit mode once in your life. This is actually a really good tool to have in your toolkit, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, religiously, physically, anything. It's good to take a step back from outer influences on a regular occasion. I'm actually someone who loves to hermit. I prefer to be with myself rather than with anyone around me or any outer influences. I don't like people projecting onto me. So this is maybe a time where whatever challenges and blocks that you're facing, it's a time of new beginnings, because it's an opportunity for you to change your perspective. It's an opportunity for you to take your power back, look into yourself, maybe try to figure out what really feeds your soul, like who you are, what really makes you happy, like what truly brings you peace, what truly makes your heart warm and makes you feel like you're doing what you're meant to do on this earth. So maybe take some time to step back from outer influences. Remember that the people around you are usually projecting onto you. That's a common issue with socializing with anyone in general, no matter who it is. As humans, we naturally project. When we have things that are going on inside of us that we can't make sense of, sometimes we subconsciously will project it onto other people. It's actually a normal and natural human trait. The trick is to be self-aware of it when you're projecting and when others are projecting onto you, so you can stay true within yourself. You will find a lot of help if you do go into like a hermit mode, if you can just try to take some time to yourself. If people don't understand this, it doesn't matter. It's not up to anyone. A lot of people are gonna be against it. Like, if you do step away, if you're like, I need some time to work on myself, a lot of people are gonna be like, why? That's not what you need. You need to be confident in yourself, who you are and what you need. You need to be confident in speaking up for yourself. Do not let other people project themselves onto you in this time. If someone says, oh, well, you don't need to isolate, you don't need to spend time by yourself, that's going to make it worse. That's them projecting the fact that they're afraid of doing their own isolation and inner work onto you. that is just going to keep you in the cycle. So mentally try to detach from those around you, from influences around you, and know that they are not you and they do not have power over you. You are in control of your life. You're in control of your reality. And you have every right to take that power back at any time. And you have every right to go within yourself and do some inner growth, even if the people around you don't want to do it. And also keep in mind, with that being, if you do this work, you may be shedding a lot of people around you. It may be a time where you're meant to outgrow some people around you. And not everyone is meant to grow and evolve with you. So please note that and keep that in your brain. The next card that we have is Spirit of Cups. I will show you the card real quick. Spirit of Cups. And the cups represent the water element. So the water element's going to really represent your emotions and stuff. The Spirit of Cups, it represents acknowledging how it feels to be stuck while knowing we may return to a space of peace through emotional work. Emotional harmony, empathy, balance, and self-love. So this may be a time of where you learn to practice some empathy some more, or you may have empathy and you may use it in a toxic way. You may be an empath, whatever you prefer to say. You may be one, but you may use it in a toxic way to where you attach to it, to where you think you're meant to heal other people, or you're meant to empty your cup so other people can be full. That's not true. So this may be a time where you learn to give that empathy to yourself. Give yourself the love that you give those around you. Give yourself the respect and the grace that you give to those around you, all that. It's time for you to do it for yourself. Balance, you need some balance. You need some look with balance. It's a time to look at not only your habits, but like, how much do you work? How much do you do things that make you feel like a child again? How much time do you spend just doing things that truly make you feel like you, that truly just bring you happiness? Look at your habits. Look at your patterns as a bigger picture and try to make some changes. Try to bring some balance into your life. Also remember that rest is productive. Rest is productive. No matter what anyone has to say about that, you can't show up if you're dead. You can't show up if you're not here. And our bodies, our human bodies, our brains, our systems need rest on a regular basis. Rest is productive, and it's okay to rest, even if the society around you, the societal norm is to not rest. It's to go, 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 go. That's not how we're meant to live. So don't be afraid to take your power back and say, I need some time. I need some time to take a step back. I need some time to rest. I need some time to really just nourish myself. This is a time for you to do that. The next card that we have is the Wayfarer, which is traditionally the Lover's card. So this is going to represent a time of love. You're either needing to give this love to yourself, or maybe you're needing to accept it from some people around you. Tune into your highest self and begin forming that relationship with love. This is a time of, with these blocks and challenges, you're facing these challenges and blocks because you've probably never been taught to give yourself what you give everyone around you. You may have been taught that the way of life, to be a good person, you're meant to serve everyone around you. That's not true. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can, but if you do, you're literally losing yourself. Like, you are completely just missing the whole point of being here on this planet. So remember to give yourself the love that you need. And this also, in this deck, this card also represents balance again. So that's another mention of just like, find some balance. Don't just empty yourself and drain yourself every single day for those around you, for society, for what you think needs your energy or deserves your energy. That doesn't mean that it needs it or deserves it. Do what you can each day to get you to where you want to go. That doesn't mean, so when someone says like, do what you can each day, That doesn't mean do every single thing freaking possible. Drain yourself completely, do every single thing that you can get done in that day. That's not what that means. What it means is to show up presently, show up intentionally, and show up consciously each day. Choose to be your best, to do your best, and to do what you can with what your best is that day, and to do it each day. Make sure you're in tune with your body, mind, and your spirit. If you're tired, if you do one task today and you're like, dude, that's a lot, I'm exhausted, I'm genuinely exhausted, I don't have the energy to do anything else. Respect that feeling and say, okay, and I deserve to rest when I need to rest, and let yourself rest. Like, that could be a reason why you're having some challenges and blocks, because you don't know when to stop. You don't know when to stop going. You don't know when to stop giving. You don't know when to stop. But the only one person that can stop you and take your power back and re-nourish yourself is yourself. The next card that we have is the Star card. This one is also we are always returning to where we come from. Keep that in mind. We are always returning from where we come from. This card represents a possibility for balance. Another reference to balance. You're really needing some balance in your life. It says to allow your creativity to flow and see what blossoms. Don't be afraid to let yourself sparkle. It is a time to begin building again. So this is a time for you to become comfortable with yourself and who you are and what you want. That's also the introspection card, traditionally the Hermit card. With the Star, if you go into hermit mode, if you go into some form of isolation, if you take a step back from responsibilities, and not necessarily taking a step back from them, like you still have responsibilities you have to get done each day, so get those done, but also take a genuine and true look at the responsibilities you take on that are not necessarily yours. If there's something that you've taken on that is actually someone else's responsibility, but you've taken it on for them to make their life easier, it's time to let that go. That's not love. That is not love. Taking on someone else's work, inner work, what they're responsible for, that's not love. That's enablement. The Star card is referencing for you to not only respect yourself and respect your energy and respect your worth, but to also demand that respect from those around you, especially those who may have been walking all over you for a while now. So don't be afraid to demand that back. And if they don't want to respect it, or if they have an issue with you setting boundaries, they're definitely a person that needs those boundaries set. And don't be afraid of someone being unhappy with you. Someone being unhappy with you, it's their own inner issue. They're having an inner issue because if you set a boundary, that means they have to take back some responsibility. They may not want that because they've become comfortable in knowing that you'll do it for them and you'll take on their weight for them. So don't be afraid to say, hey, that's yours, not mine. Take it back. I got to take care of myself. Don't be afraid of that. The next card we have is Five of Pentacles. This card is representative of solitude, luck and or lack, fickle finances, and inner strength being needed. You need to tune into your inner strength and knowledge, and remember that the building process is fickle, as we are sometimes on the other side of abundance. So share support with your community while you can. So this is a card of community is a big thing. We're meant to have community. We're meant to find community. We are meant to help each other, but in a healthy manner. We're not always going to have the wealth that we wish we had or that we desire to have. We're not always going to have the perfect amount of finances to fall back on and live an amazing life, because you also have to realize we're still living in a physical reality with the human race where there are a lot of people who are not evolving. We live in a very nasty world. There are a lot of horrible people. There are a lot of obstacles that the human race has created for the human race on its own when it should have never happened. A lot of people right now are struggling financially. This economy is horrible. We are in the United States of America in 2024. So don't feel guilty or don't beat yourself up if you're struggling right now. Everyone's struggling. Even people who say they aren't. I promise you they're struggling in a way. And they probably have some fear too surrounding finances. So don't look at yourself as less worthy if you don't have all the resources that you would like to have right now, if that makes sense. If you do have anyone around you that can help you, accept help, but don't attach to it. And don't expect it, because not everyone has the help to give to others, and we have to respect that about each other. We have to take care of ourselves first and then help with whatever excess we find that we have. If you are someone who has some excess, this could be a time where there may be people around you hurting, and you could offer some help if you wanted to. So it could be either way on that one. The next card is the potential card, which is the first card of the major arcana, and it's traditionally the Fool card. This card literally represents that you are at a rebirth. You are in a moment of pure new beginnings. This is a time for you to really sit down and intentionally think about what you want in your life, what you want to manifest for you and yours in your life, what path you want to be on, what kind of work do you want to do in society and for the human race, what kind of energy do you want to own, and who do you want to be? What do you want to do with your energy? What skills do you want to do? What profession do you want to be in? This is a time of you could start over. You could be starting over right now, and starting over is okay. You can start over at any point in your life. You can start over time and time and time again, as long as you need to. So don't be ashamed of it. It's actually a very good thing. You just got to change your perspective. It's a beginning, and that's something to be grateful for, and that's something to take advantage of in a way. You can create whatever reality you want to have. You can create whatever life you want to live. You have the power to create it. You have the power to make the changes necessary to become who you want to be. So just keep that in mind. The next card is the Three of Wands. This card's going to be very powerful for movement. It's a sign of success, recognition, innovation, contribution, and being a trailblazer. So this could be a sign of whatever new beginning in you right now. It's meant to be happening. And whatever you decide is meant for you, that you want to do, that you want to pour your heart and soul into and do to feed your own soul and your purpose in this life, you're going to succeed. If you do it intentionally and you do it correctly, you sit down and you truly do it from the center of you, the center of your soul, and from unconditional love for everyone around you and for yourself, you are going to succeed. You are going to be recognized for it. Don't let the negative thoughts or the second thoughts or the insecurities maybe surrounding what you're doing, don't let them win. Don't attach to those. Let those feelings come and release them. They're normal. Emotions are visitors. The next card that we have is the Chance card. And if I'm not wrong, this card is traditionally the Wheel of Fortune card. This card is a sign that things are changing for you. It's probably a positive sign. There could be some positive changes right now or in front of you about to happen. The Wheel of Fortune card, traditionally, I love to say it, the high fall and the low ascend. So the wheel of fortune is always turning in life. We're never meant to stay in one place. We're not always going to be at our highest point. We're not always going to be at rock bottom. We're going to shift between those moments for many, many cycles in our lifetimes, no matter what. It is the cycle of life. Change is inevitable. You can't do anything about it, but you can control how you react to it. You can control how you respond to it. And you can control what you do with what you have in the moment. And you can control if you're grateful for what you have in the moment. That card is a sign that maybe you've been in this rock bottom, but these challenges and these blocks that you're facing in this time of needing to just go into yourself and take some time away from everyone, it's going to lead to a positive change. It's going to lead to some positivity coming back into you, as well as you giving some more positivity out into your own life, your own reality, and those around you. So it's a very good card to see. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands It denotes a time of integration from lessons of the past and earned confidence being realized. Now is a time to trust yourself and intuition to access this unfolding forward with the energy of the divine feminine channeling through you. This card represents fortitude, energy, autonomy, integration, and lighting your fire as well as others. So this is a card of, once you get through these challenges and blocks, once you do some like inner work and stuff, you're going to start seeing positive changes in yourself and around you. And as those positive changes come and everything, you're not only going to feel more energy in yourself. Give me just a minute, please. All right, I'm sorry, guys. It's a snow day. Why am I yawning again? Why am I yawning again? I'm tired. Okay. The Queen of Wands is where we were. With the Queen of Wands energy, this could be a moment where after like these positive changes start happening for you and you start realizing them, you're gonna probably realize your own inner energy again, your own inner passion, where you're gonna be like, okay, like making these changes and focusing on what you want to do in life, you will get that energy back. You'll get that fire back where you're kind of like, okay, now I've got this energy. I want to do this. I want to get out and do this. Like, you're getting that, you're going to get that energy back. And when you get it back, remember to be humble for that energy. And remember to, if there's anyone around you who is having trouble finding their own passion, just remember that you're capable of affecting others and you can choose how you affect them. And you can help light their inner passions in a way by giving them advice or sharing your story. So just keep that in mind. You have an effect on other people and it can be positive if you want it to be. The next card we have is the Warrior of Wands. This card is asking, what drives your passions? What are you ready to manifest? Harness the energy of fire to aid your journey. This card may also signify literal travel. Without many material resources, you will manifest through your willpower, and what you need will follow. So again, with the Five of Pentacles being present, where you may be in a time of not having like the resources or the finances you would like to have, reaching your goal or reaching your destination or reaching your potential, getting to where you want to go, it's still possible even if you don't have everything you need in the moment. You will get it as you go. The universe is going to take care of you. You're always taken care of and you're always supported when you're moving with unconditional love for you and for everyone around you. So the Warrior of Wands is a sign of, have some confidence. Don't worry too much about what you don't have. Just pay attention to what you do have. Be grateful for it and use it in the best way possible. Don't let it just sit. Don't hoard it. You have it. Use it to your advantage. The rest will come in time. As you start making your changes, as you start honing into yourself and your own soul and what you want to do with life, and you start truly acting out of that part of yourself, out of your true soul, what you need is going to come. So just find some peace in that even if you have some worries or if you're worried about where you're going to find resources for this or that, do what you can each day. Take everything one day at a time, one step at a time. Don't stress about tomorrow. Do what you can today, okay? Things will come for you in different ways, from different areas and different manifestations and in different forms of abundance. So keep an eye out for things. The next card that we pulled is the Freedom card. This card is going to represent positive movement, some acceleration going forward. Let go of owning and expectation. Welcome the flow of the universe into your life and find your magic where you are. This is a card of, if you do the work through these blocks that you're facing and stuff, you are going to move forward. You're going to progress, and it's going to be in a positive manner, in a positive direction. What you need to do is, you don't need to attach to the outcome. You don't need to attach to where you're going or how you're going to get there. You can recognize where you want to go, who you want to be, where you want to end up, but don't attach to the process of getting there, and don't have any expectations of that process. Expectations they're a thief of joy in the present moment, because you can't control how things are going to happen. The only thing you can control is yourself and how you act and behave and what you think and what you do. That doesn't mean you can control how your path is going to play out. Have some trust. Let go of any attachment. Let go of any trying to just be in control of what's going on, trying to be in control of the whole process, saying that like, oh, well, I say if this happens or if it doesn't happen. You just need to be present in the process each day. Be present in letting your own path unfold in front of you, and know that you're protected. Know that you are guided spiritually and divinely by your angels, by ancestors. You're always protected and guided. And then we have the strength card immediately after, which is also just going to play into that freedom card. You need to tune into your strength. Going through this is a time of you need to be there for yourself. You need to tune into your own inner strength. You need to have compassion for yourself, and you need to know that you are capable of enduring this process. You are capable of it. It may not be easy. There may be really hard days, but no matter what, each day, get up and stick to the plan. Show up for yourself. Give yourself the love, the respect, and the grace that you deserve, that you always give to everyone around you. And have faith in knowing that it's going to pay off. It really is. You just have to be strong. You have to really just tune into that inner strength and know that you're protected, you're guided, and what's meant for you will come to you. You can't mess up anything that's meant for you. The next card that we pulled is Nine of Swords. This may be a time of loss, frustration, anxiety, or worry. While you might feel like daggers dangle over your head, look for your field of flowers and give yourself space to breathe. This card is traditionally dark, but whenever it is darkest, we will soon see the light. Clear your energy to shine brighter. Connect back to yourself, acknowledge hurt, and release it. With these blockages and these changes that you're about to make in life, to really just connect with yourself, your soul, and your path, there's going to be some goodbyes to people around you, to people you once were connected to, people who are not meant to evolve with you into this next level. There's going to be a lot of goodbyes. There's going to be some hurt. There may be some conflicts. There may be some words that get said from people that are going to hurt you. Don't attach to those things. Remember that usually those around us are projecting their own issues onto us. So anyone who you lose, or anyone who isn't supporting this path that you're on, or this endeavor that you're now going on in a sense, or who doesn't want to support your spirituality or your spiritual growth and evolvement, keep in mind that if they don't want to support it, it's because they're not meant for you. They're not meant to be with you. They're not meant to go with you. A lot of people want to be there when you reach your destination, but they don't want to be there through the hard inner work that it takes, the true like nitty gritty of it. They don't want to do it because if they see you doing it, it shines a light on what they're not doing, and that's just going to aggravate their spirit. But that's their responsibility. That's their energy to deal with. It's not yours to take on. It's not yours to feel guilty about. None of that. So try to keep that in mind. You may be losing some people who were at once close to you. You might find yourself in a time of having a lot of anxiety. You may have struggled with anxiety before, but now it may get heightened. Your anxiety may be heightening. So kind of just pay attention to where you are mentally. Maybe I would advise journaling daily. Journaling is a good way to just connect with where you are mentally every single day. Kind of like at the end of the day, write down where you were all day, like when your emotions changed, what emotions you felt, where you were mentally when maybe changes happened, if like you were fine, but then say about like 1 p.m. today, like this happened, and then like my anxiety came, like I just couldn't breathe, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, etc. Try to write that stuff down. It releases the energy, and it also is going to help you notice any patterns. If anything does become too much, do not forget that there are resources. There is therapy. You can reach out to therapists, psychiatrists, reach out to your doctors if anything gets really dark, or if you get scared, or if you're in a time of just the darkness is winning. Remember that you're human and we all struggle sometimes. So the process of doing inner work and shadow work is not pretty. It's not love and light. Spirituality is dark and light. You can't have light without the dark. So keep it in mind. Like, this isn't going to be a perfect journey for you. If you do have some anxiety, like I said, journaling could help a lot. Podcasts, try some guided meditations, maybe some regular meditations. Try and make sure, and actually what's crazy that I just said that, you have the Nine of Swords, but then right after we have the meditation card, and then right after that we have the Temperance card. So with the meditation card coming right behind the Nine of Swords, it's a sign that you're going to need some meditation. You're going to need to take on some practices. Like, this anxiety is most likely going to come no matter what. I've also learned in my spiritual practice over the years that anxiety is also equivalent to the feeling of excitement. So when you're getting this anxiety where you're feeling like, oh, what if, or am I doing this wrong? It's also an excitement of, this feeling is a sign that I'm changing. This feeling is a sign that, like, I am outgrowing these people. I am outgrowing where I was, and that's a good thing. So try to change your perspective on anxiety and what you're feeling. Try to stay in control of it. Try and stay detached from it. Find some way to meditate. Find some practices that you can take on that will bring you down to yourself and keep you grounded each day. And try to do them consistently. Make them a daily practice, a daily routine. It's going to help you a lot. The next card is the Temperance card. This card represents balance. Temperance is a sign of this path is going to be very positive for you. It's going to have a positive outcome, and you're going to be in a much better place, and you're meant to go through this right now. But the Temperance card represents you're also going to have to take care of yourself and show up for yourself through this time. You're going to realize that when you're no longer benefiting those around you, when you're no longer pouring into them and draining yourself so they can benefit from you, when you finally set that boundary there, it's going to become lonely. It is. You're going to lose a lot of people through this. That's normal. Sadly, it is normal, but it's also a great lesson to learn. It's a great lesson to learn that you are capable. You have everything in you to get you where you need to go. You have everything in you to take care of you. You are what you need. You don't need anyone around you. You don't need validation from those around you. You don't need the people around you to tell you that you're on the right path or that they support you. Because sadly, in these moments and on these paths, you don't get the support you need until you've already done the work. And that's the sad truth of it. The Temperance card, you just need to make sure you're balancing things. Again, that's a reference to, even through these changes and making these deep changes, you also need to make sure you're letting yourself rest. You also need to make sure you're staying hydrated, eating correctly, eating the correct amounts, taking care of your health, whether it be physical and mental. Do whatever you need to do to keep yourself afloat and to keep yourself healthy and to keep yourself grounded in you, without connecting or without thinking that your path has to be what someone else's is. You have to detach from that. And you have to detach from the people who once benefited from you, but now are not going to like who you're becoming, because they know that they're capable of doing the same work, but they don't want to see you do it, because if you do it, then they're not going to feed off of you, and then they're going to have to do their own work to get to where they once were. And it's just a cycle. It's a cycle that a lot of humans get stuck in. Don't get stuck in it. Just have faith, believe in yourself, know that you are doing the right thing for you, and those who truly love you and want to see you evolve and be your best self will be there for you in unconditional love and full respect, and they will offer you the grace and everything that you deserve in a healthy way. They won't drain you, and they won't let you drain them. It will just be mutual connection. You may find yourself very lonely. Remember, loneliness is not bad. Loneliness is usually a time to get to know yourself on a deeper level. So if you do struggle with some loneliness through this time, try to change your perspective on it. Try to, when you feel that loneliness, don't feed into vices. Don't feed into outside validation. Don't feed into turning to someone else to be validated for where you are, or turning to someone else to fill the void, or turning to a vice to fill the void that you're feeling. Instead, allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to be lonely. Allow yourself to be like, why? Like, what is this feeling and what can I do with it? You can sit with it. And when you sit with it, you can learn more about yourself. You can learn what you really desire in life. What do you really desire from people like around you that you connect with? And also realize that what you desire from other people, you may be desiring from yourself. And that's what loneliness is to teach us. I actually have a habit that I tell people when I get lonely. I'm a single mother of almost 6 years now. Yeah, it's rough. When I get lonely, because I choose to be celibate and single, and of course there have been times where I've dated people and I've had sex, so don't take that like that. But I'm saying I'm very aware of my energy, and I know when I need to take back. I know when I need to isolate. I know when I need to be with myself and stuff. When I'm in a time of change and upheaval and just doing my own inner shadow work, when the loneliness comes, I try whatever I want from someone else, whatever I want to like be given by somebody else, that the loneliness is like, I want this, I crave this. I take the responsibility and I give it to myself, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's weird at first. I'm like, you know what? I want to be bought food and coddled. So I freaking go let myself buy some food, and I lay in my bed and I wrap in a blanket and I cry if I need to. And I pretend I'm being held, or I, in a sense, hold myself. So loneliness is not bad. Loneliness is a time for you to go deeper into yourself. Keep that in mind. The next card that we pulled is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is representing, it says, don't get washed away by the tide. Take some time and then act. If you don't, you might be stuck for a while. Figure out your priorities and determine how you may need to rework them in order to find the results you seek. Beware of overcommitting, as you need to stay flexible now. This is a card of flexibility, balance, adaptation, change, and play. So a lot of these cards are bringing up balance. So balance is a really big thing that you need to be focused on right now. It does mention figuring out your priorities. That's also, that fits with all these other cards of you need to take a step back from everyone else. Don't base your priorities off of the priorities of others. Everyone is on their own unique path. We are all here for our own divine purpose, and it has nothing to do with anyone else's. Sit down and truly think about what your priorities are. What do you want in life? Like, what do you need to spend your energy on? The way to think of it is like the energy that you have. When your cup is full, you have this full cup. You can control where you pour it to and how much you pour into what thing. So write down your priorities in life, your main priorities, what's mostly important to you, what you want to focus on, and what you want to dedicate and commit yourself to. And then find a way to balance. Don't overcommit to different things. So remember, you're one human being. You can't do everything. We can do a lot. We can do anything we set our minds to, but we can't do it all at once, and we can't do everything all at once. We actually can't do just everything in the world. Like, we're one human being. It's not possible. When you think of your priorities and you see them, make sure you're giving an equal amount of time and energy and devotion to each priority. Don't overcommit to one priority to where the rest of your priorities are going to suffer. Say, okay, so I'm going to give this much of my time each day to this priority, this much of my time each day to working towards this priority, much time, or like this much energy to this. Really sit down, think about your priorities, think about what you want, think about where you're headed, think about what's important to you, and really take back control of how you pour into those priorities, and do it from a healthy mindset, from a balanced mindset, and it will help you pay off. It'll help, or not help you pay off, it'll help you progress, but it will pay off in the end. The next card that we have is the Empress card. There's definitely going to be a part 2 to this, guys, so just fair warning. The Empress card, it says the Empress does not worry about having enough. She knows she does, and that she can provide for all she needs. Believe in your personal power. Don't change yourself to grasp at what you want. Rather, trust that you are strong enough to start from where you are. Call in the energies of nature to support your endeavor. Now is a good time to ground your energy if you are looking to tap into higher wisdom. Know that you have the whole world at your fingertips. Start creating the spaces and experiences you feel called to and destined for. Remember that abundance comes in many forms. With the Empress card coming up, especially right after like the Nine of Swords, meditation, temperance, and the Two of Pentacles, like reminding you to really focus on your priorities. With the Empress card, you need to make it a daily practice to ground yourself. No matter what it is, you need to make sure you're meditating. You need to make sure that you have a certain amount of time. I usually advise to take like an hour of your day, no matter what. Make sure you have an hour of your day consistently. It doesn't have to be at the same exact time. If it is, even better, because it's a routine. It's going to become a routine and a habit, and that's good practice. But as long as you make sure you take an hour of each day of yours to sit with yourself, to come back down to yourself, to meditate on your day, to meditate on where you are mentally, physically, to make sure you're journaling, writing down where you are, staying on top of things, you need to really make sure you're doing that. Like, it is very important. You need to make sure you have some kind of daily practice that is going to ground you and keep you grounded in yourself, your purpose, and your reason of doing what you're doing and changing what you're changing. The next card that we have is Four of Wands. And this one is a card of joy, stability, and completion. This is the culmination of ideas brought together, and now something grounded can flourish. So with the Empress, and the Empress represents a time of you needing to ground and you needing to have those practices, the Four of Wands comes after. So this is kind of like a confirmation that if you do this work of finding a daily practice, if you do the work of tuning in with yourself every single day so you can stay in tune with you and what you, your body, your mind, and your soul truly need in each moment every day, it's going to pay off. You're going to realize that that is like actually the root of living a healthy life, is to stay in tune with yourself. And the Four of Wands, it's going to pay off. Like, you're really going to, you may, doing so, like finding that version of yourself where you're grounded in yourself and you're doing the work that you need to do. You're doing your own inner work. You're doing your own shadow work. You're doing your own nitty-gritty work on your own and taking responsibility for it. It's going to lead you to finding other people on paths similar to yours. They're not going to be the same. We're on our own unique paths, but you will find yourself connecting with other people who are kind of on similar journeys to you, who are also doing inner work, who are also wanting to evolve and grow. So as you do your work, and even though it's hard, it's going to pay off, and you're going to find who you're meant to be connected to in this lifetime. You're going to find your spiritual team. You're going to find the people who you're meant to have in your corner. They're going to come to you. It's going to pay off. So keep that in mind. Then we have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, as you do this grounding and you become comfortable with grounding yourself each day and doing your inner work and your shadow work, not only are you going to attract what's meant for you, you're also going to attract more confidence in yourself and knowing that you're capable of getting yourself where you need to go. You're capable of getting yourself through anything. You're capable of changing yourself. You are capable of taking responsibility and accountability for yourself. You are capable, and you are going to truly find that confidence back in your soul, where you're going to feel comfortable in being confident. You're going to be confident in yourself, who you are, where you're going, why you're going there, and it's just going to give you more energy and more positive energy and more belief in yourself is what it's going to give you. Like, you're going to be like, hey, I am capable of this. Every human is capable of this. And all these beliefs that you may be facing right now, they're going to dissolve. Like, all this work and everything, you're going to realize all of that wasn't real. All of that was just the reality you were living in. But you can change your reality at any point in time if you do the work. And you're going to realize that. And then after the Six of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is very, very amazing. I say amazing. Any ace card is a sign, it's a favorable card. Ace cards are signs of new beginnings, are signs of positivity, positive changes, things coming to you. The Ace of Cups is a sign of new relationships, intuition, connection, tenderness, love, and imagination. So with all this work that you're being called to do right now, once you truly like dedicate and commit to it and do the work you need to do and make the changes you need to make, not only are you going to become confident in yourself as your own person, your own being, and who you are and what you need and what you deserve and what you're worthy of, you're also going to attract people who see that in you. You're going to attract new relationships, healthy relationships. You're going to maybe attract a new version of yourself where you might be able to You might have more love for yourself. You might become more acceptable of yourself. You might struggle with a negative self-image. That's not meant to last. We're not meant to live in that. Everyone's beautiful. You're worthy of love, and you're going to find yourself where you're going to feel comfortable in not only giving yourself that love, but also offering that love to people around you from a place of unconditional love, grace, and acceptance, instead of a place of giving people love by draining you to fill them. That's unhealthy. You're going to be moving into a place where you're going to be able to love in a healthy manner and accept love in a healthy manner, and you're going to attract relationships that are healthy and that are based off of genuine connection and growth and evolution together, rather than manipulation, using each other, walking all over each other, stuff like that. The next card that we drew is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a call to action. No one is going to help you more than yourself. Believe in your power and shine your light. Others will follow. Remember that goddesses are more than beauty and magic. It is often their hard work that yields them rewards. Harness determination and believe in yourself. Go out and get what you want. Fight and carve your own way. Do not be afraid to show courage and strength. The Queen of Swords is a sign. We have this Queen of Swords, and it's right after the Ace of Cups, and it's right before the Death card. The Death card is a card of awakening. You're going through a freaking awakening is what you're going through. And don't be scared of it. Do not be based out of fear, because this is meant to happen, and it's going to have, you're going to be rewarded in ways you can't even imagine when you do the work. The Queen of Swords is telling you that you need to tune into this energy. Know that you are capable. Know that you're worthy, and know that you can do it. Know that you don't need anyone around you to do it for you. And if people don't want to believe in you, that's fine, because you know that you're worthy. You believe in yourself. You know you're worthy of doing the work, and you know you're worthy of the rewards that come from doing the work. And once you realize that, it's going to help you, because like I said, the wheel of life is always changing. So we're always going to find ourselves in really good times and rough times. You are going through a phase of learning how to get yourself through a rough time. And with this, you're going through an awakening. And this awakening, I think, is meant to teach you that you are equipped with the resources to get yourself through anything. And going through this dark time right now is only going to add tools to your toolkit. So when you reach your next awakening later on in your life, whenever the time is, you're going to know a little bit of how to handle it. You're going to have some experience, and that's the cycle of life. You just continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to evolve. This is a good sign for you. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off, and then I'm going to start a part 2. Okay, guys, because it's going to cut me off anyway.